Brazilian accents always fascinated me. The reason? Because you can hear it from a mile off. But a lot of people can't tell if somebody's Brazilian when they're speaking English. I mean, it's pretty obvious, no? All jokes aside, I know most people who speak English don't sound like Bolsonaro, but there are some dead giveaways when you're speaking to a Brazilian, and that person is Brazilian without them speaking Portuguese. And in this video, we're going to get into it. Let's dive in. So the first dead giveaway is the use of ch and j. For example, Netflix, TikTok, Fitch. These are just 3 examples that I hear all the time. And the reason why is because in Portuguese, there's a tendency to pronounce things with ch and j if they have a t or a d towards the end of a word. So a word as simple as de would be pronounced g. Let's put it in a larger word. Depends, depende, truth, verdade. So because there's a pronunciation like that in Portuguese, sometimes they move that over to English and you can hear it. So when you hear a word like Netflix, what they're trying to say is Netflix. Or when you hear a word like Fitch, what they're trying to say is fit. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to this example.
I speak English. Me too, I am Emily. I ride Mockingbird.
Notice how he says me too and not me too. Now the second dead giveaway is sentence structure. Unfortunately, in English, you can't always construct sentences the same way you would do in Portuguese and vice versa. Trust me, I learned this the hard way. But here are a few examples. You may hear things like, I've been doing this since I have 12 years, instead of since I was 12 years old. You also may hear the use of gerundio without I've been or I have. For example, I'm studying English now for 12 years, instead of I have been studying English now for 12 years, or I've been studying English for 12 years, which sounds a lot more natural. Now listen to this clip which illustrates what I'm saying.
My name is Karina. I'm studying English I think about 5 years.
Now let me be clear, just because there's a difference in sentence structure, it doesn't mean that we cannot understand. We can understand these sentence structures, it's perfectly understandable, and ultimately the purpose of language is to understand and be understood. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. Also, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now the third dead giveaway that makes the Brazilian accent super easy to identify is the adding of E or EY to absolutely anything. I mean iPhone, telefone, hippie hoppy, chiquitoki, and the list goes on. I personally enjoy it. Sometimes I do it as well. But what would be interesting to know is why you guys actually do this, because sometimes I don't really see it. Like iPhone, but iPhone, there's a huge exaggeration there and I don't really get it. I quite enjoy it though. I quite enjoy it. I think it's fun. I like the kind of light-hearted, the light-spirited nature of it. So I enjoy it. Keep it up. But what would be interesting to know is why you actually do it. It's super interesting. And the fact remains that sometimes when speaking English, a lot of Brazilians carry this over. So they'd speak English kind of normally, you know, and then pronounce something with this way of pronunciation. iPhone, TikToki. I'm like, dude, you were just speaking English almost perfectly until you said that. Why did you do it? It's like, it's a habitual response. It's super interesting. But keep it up, man. I like it. And I forgot to mention my absolute favorite, topi, which means top. That's class. Absolutely class, right? Now, the fourth dead giveaway is a pronunciation of R when it's at the beginning of a word. So in Brazilian Portuguese, oftentimes the R can become a H sound, as in Rio de Janeiro, not Rio de Janeiro. So if we see a word like rabbit, it could be pronounced habit. Now, this isn't always the case, and it depends on the speaker in question and obviously how advanced their English is. But I do hear people making this mistake all the time. So switching out the R for an H, or basically just skipping the R. Now, let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Have you heard this before? I certainly have. But let me know if you have. Be interested to know your perspective on this topic. If you enjoyed this video, then go and check out my other video where I discuss the Latin accent, or the Spanish-speaking Latin accent, in more detail up here. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.